Some ice on my wrist, it was swole. Still ain't got time with you.
They gon' let me in this club in these dirty vans. Clean money, I count stacks with these dirty hands. Do a show, caught the rack with my new advance. 50 bands, 80 bands, 100 bands. I'm the American dream. We the American dream. No money, no class.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. 319! 319!
Throwing on 1st down. Lowry. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Now it's Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Design run for their wideout. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Lowry. And it's complete to Kelsey. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Set. Blue landing. Blue landing. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On first down, Lowry. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Now let's go. 3-19.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Looking to throw. Lowry. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Freeman. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
He'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence, that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And now here comes Kansas City. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, here we go.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And he powers his way up past the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Back to that Philly. Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Lowry firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Back to throw. Lowry. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
They get it to him running left. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let them know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Looking to throw. Lowry. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Von Miller coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So scores on their first two possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Gonna throw right side here, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Black 99 Philly, here we go! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 3rd down, that's Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
On 1st and 10, Lowry. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for KC. 52 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Off the bootleg. Lowry, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll drop to throw. Out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, that play is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
This is Freeman. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. A nice little juke. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They try to quick will swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Now let's go.
Throwing on first down. Lowry dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll find Sutton on the right side complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Tyreek Hill on the return. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Throwing to start the drive. Lowry. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off play action. Lowry. Caught. Kelsey, left side. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On first down, Lowry. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the gun, Lowry. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already. And they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Bring it! Bring it! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! 44, right, 44.
Back to throw. Lowry being chased out left. Finding room at the 30. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Hot! He's pressed. He's checking press.
Looking to throw. Lowry. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part went to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Broncos coming out now. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now it's Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On play action, they'll throw. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey. Watch it now, Barney. Switch.
He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Off the play fake. Lowry. It's caught inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Lowry. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Throwing again. Lowry. That's out to Hill, right side complete. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And gives him a nice pickup. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Lowry. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Chiefs with the lead and the football here as we get set for quarter number 4. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Lowry. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Detroit! Over!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Gun!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Denver. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And we'll see what he can do on the return. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. A good pickup there, a 22.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Throwing on first down. Lowry. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. To throw on second down. Lowry. And Hill with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Operating from the gun. Lowry. And this is caught by Watkins for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. Butker on for the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Justin Houston. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down. Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw. It's caught at the 10. A gain of 32 that time. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive line.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2, and they're back within 2 scores, down 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen. You'll pick up the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And got his man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. A big play there. 84 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one. And now here is another interception. Picked off around the 41, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Chiefs, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.